Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast.
The Grand Rapids Griffins are off to the best start in franchise history. They are 6-1-1 and undefeated at home. I'm Connor.
And I'm Kyle. We are the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. We are part of the Hockey Podcast Network. We are sponsored by Draftkings and GameTime and Raycon.
So we are not experts or partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins. We're just diehard fans, like to the point we're obsessed with hockey, with the Griffins being our only hometown team. So we do this podcast because we love it. We're just diehard fans. We make a podcast for the fans because we're just fans, not experts or nothing. But we just love doing it. Lots happened. We got some pipeline movement. We got Bliss coming up to Grand Rapids from Toledo. We got Watson returning to Grand Rapids from Detroit. And we got Bantle has his professional debut here in Grand Rapids.
All on the road here in this East Coast trip. Lot of movement went around, and Griffins collect 7 points out of 8 possible points on that East Coast trip, and so close to collecting the 8, it hurts. We can get into the division review.
The Grand Rapids Griffins are first place in the Central Division, the Western Conference, the AHL. They're second in the conference, and they are fourth in the AHL. Hottest start in franchise history. Boys are lighting it up.
Pretty tight running, though, with Milwaukee and Texas still right on our tail. Obviously, still under 10 games played for everybody. But Milwaukee only 1 loss. Texas only 1 loss.
Yeah, so the standings go as the Grand Rapids Griffins are in first place with 13 points, only losing 1 game in Rockford to the Rockford Ice Hogs, and then losing in overtime, collecting the point against the Hartford Wolf Pack. The Grand Rapids Griffins have 13 points. The Milwaukee Admirals are in second place with 12 points. The Texas Stars are in third place with 10 points. The Manitoba Moose are in fourth place with 6 points. The Rockford Ice Hogs are in fifth place, 4 points. The Iowa Wild are in sixth place with 3 points, and the Chicago Wolves are in seventh with 3 points. Tight.
Yeah, Milwaukee, a little hot coming out of the gates here for sure.
Yeah, it was kind of looking like they lost a lot of talent and they would maybe fall off a little bit, stepping on the gas and they're full throttle. They ain't backing down at all. Next man up mentality there, obviously.
Yeah, and then just a couple highlights around the league. You got the Calgary Wranglers on top right now, playing 9 games with 16 points. But what's shocking is Coachella Valley Firebirds are sitting way down at the bottom, 25 right now. Yeah, we can move right along into our hot, cold, and we'll select a random player.
Yeah, so in this segment, we pick a hot player who's fiery hot, and then we pick a player who is ice cold, and then we randomly generate a number till it matches the Griffins player's jersey, and we'll decide where that player is and talk about where they're at on a scale of hot and cold. So, Kyle, who do you have for cold?
So for cold, it's going to be Hunter Johannes. Unfortunately, he's been on the rough side of some of the fights he's been in. Just kind of getting himself into some awkward positions and really taking a beating. And just not looking too good. Kind of like Wyatt Newpower did last year when he got into fights. And then just I was kind of expecting a little excited for Johannes to kind of step in and be an impact player with his physicality, and he definitely makes a lot of hits, but he's got to start kind of cleaning up his game too and playing some decent offense as well.
Yeah, personally, I was after seeing him in the playoffs last year. He came for the playoff stint for the Griffins. Showed up. He was very physical and he looked really, really good. But this year, he's honestly got thrown around. There was a moment there he was pinned behind the boards, way back in the corner. They had him pinned up in the in the corner, and then they dropped him. It's just I was thinking he was going to be the guy to fight people, but turns out he's just need to step it up, man. Turn it around.
Yeah, I don't want him to start shying away from the physical contact because it hasn't gone his way so far. I was kind of hoping he'd come up on the right side of one of these bouts, but just hasn't turned out that way yet. He's been in some pretty awkward positions. And yeah, I just think there is more to his game than just being a goon. I think he's actually got some offensive talent to it, and I just want to see that come out to play. Him playing with Lombardi, he's looked pretty good with him, and I think there is some chemistry there.
I agree with that. So who I have for cold, I picked Shy Boom just because he's a two-time national championship from Denver. I mean, he's definitely shown good flashes of offensive skill, but a lot of times he loses the puck in really bad situations. He kind of has that Edmonton thing where Edmonton would throw the puck out.
I almost think he's too patient. He makes the move, takes too long to make the pass over. Like he thinks he has the time, but he just drags it out, and then passes get intercepted really easily. Seems like.
I kind of agree with you there, actually.
Just like slow taken out of the zone, kind of like slow on the power play. Because he's been given
It's
some
not.
time.
He's just not transitioning well to the AHL, and sometimes for some players it's a little harder than others, and that would be really beneficial for the whole team. And I think get a little faster paced. I think everything could work out better.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is just this road trip. I mean, it's so early in his professional career here to really judge him too much, but it's just he has been responsible, and we'll kind of get into it in the game review.
Yeah. So who do you have for hot? Who is fiery hot?
Well, Cross Hannes finally decided to tear it up, and I know we've been predicting it, man. We've been trying to just speak it to existence because Cross Hannes has been working hard for a couple years to kind of get into a good spot with this team, and feel like he's finally into a spot where though it's whatever he wants to take it, he can start scoring goals now and still make it onto the Red Wings and still be a solid NHLer in his career. But it's still up to him. He's got to make that decision. And the way he's playing the last couple games, it's looking like he wants to do it.
Yeah, I've been very impressed. It seemed like he was just having a confidence thing where he couldn't actually pull the trigger and finish. But I feel like ever since the puck dropped in the first period of the first game, he's been on fire. Like he's been way more physical. There's been moments he's almost looked kind of like Tyler Bertuzzi out there. Like the relentlessness from him. And
Yeah,
I
battling.
I've been very impressed, and I hope he can keep this going because that's a huge weapon if you can get him to start sinking them.
And I think it's a lot of that energy that he had in that first season we saw. where it's like he was pressing. He was always pressing. He was great on the forecheck. Had that relentlessness. But last year, I don't know if it was injuries lingering or whatever it was, he just didn't have that step to get where he needed to be to make a play. It's like he was a step behind last year. But this year, he's like right on pace, and hopefully he keeps up with that.
I think he's trying to get that winged wheel, just like Lombardi and everyone else. I got Dominic Shine, man. The guy's on fire. He kills it on the power play, kills it on the penalty kill, kills it on the 4-on-4, kills it on the 5-on-5, kills it on the first line, kills it on the fourth line. Man does it all. He's absolutely amazing. He almost got a hat trick in the last game. Shine is absolutely heart and soul of this whole team.
So yeah, I agree, man. Shine has done so much for this team, and had a very good weekend on the road here. I feel like he is key to a lot of the development of these young players. He's out there doing everything he can to protect them, play his good game, and he's just humble, man. He's just a humble guy. Takes what he gets. Takes what the other team gives him.
Yeah, and the autograph signings, he like actually has a conversation with you. Pretty cool. He's like very nice guy. Like he's got that leadership quality in him.
Yeah, and he's a Michigan man, so these other players coming across seas and stuff, they can kind of look to him and, hey man, where do I go for a burger around here?
Heck yeah. So all right, we got random number generator.
Yep. 29. Nate Danielson.
Yeah, so Nate Danielson, I'd say really rough start at first. I'd say he kept trying to do a bunch of crazy moves, and he kept thinking he could do a bunch of crazy stuff, and it just wasn't happening at this pace. He's getting schooled. Bullied, too, out there, I felt like at first. A bunch of people are throwing him around. Got beat up once. But recently, I feel like he's definitely starting to make a good swing on the puck, take more shots. He's turning it around. I think he's definitely heating up.
Yeah, he's heating up for sure. It's if you would have asked me last week, I'd say he's still just right in the middle, but now he's on the warm side because they have been feeding this guy the puck on the power play, and he definitely seems to be in control of it a little more. They're getting the puck to him as much as they can. And I like to see him out there with Soderblom and Hannes. It seems to be our most offensive, controlling the puck, most possession-driven line. And that's what has given us like a lot of these close games. A lot of the time it's just Danielson, Hannes, and Soderblom holding the puck in the offensive zone for minutes at a time.
Yeah,
and that's good to see.
It's my favorite line when they're on there. I'm just excited. It's the most exciting line there is on our team. Like you can't wait for him to jump back out.
Yeah, and Danielson got a goal on the road trip. Hannes got a goal on the road trip. Now we just need Soderblom come up big.
Yeah, Soderblom. I noticed he's using his body really good. I noticed he's using his stick reach. I noticed he's doing a lot. He's intercepting stuff. He's doing everything but score.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's starting to get in his head a little bit. I mean, I would be getting in my head at that point. The amount of like breakaways and things that were going on in the last game, just insane.
To say the least. Yeah, to say the least, the man cannot catch a break.
puck will bounce his way here.
If you're getting the chances, the goals will come. So we can go ahead and get into earning your wings. It's that time of the year when the prices of all your favorite items are lowered for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Now, normally Raycon earbuds are already offered at an amazing price, but they are doubling down by offering 30% site-wide for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Now featuring a 32-hour battery life and a multi-point connectivity that allows two devices to be paired simultaneously, the latest model of Raycon's everyday earbuds will be appreciated every day. Raycons can be purchased in a variety of colors, so you can stand out from the regular black and white options. Pick the color that represents your team. When you purchase Raycons, you are getting a quality product that rivals the best in the industry for half the price. And now save 30% more with this limited time offer. A 30-day happiness guarantee is provided to ensure your satisfaction. It's time to save big for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Go to buyraycon.com/THPN today to get up to 30% off site-wide. That's right, you'll get up to 30% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/THPN. So we can go ahead and get into earning your wings.
So in this segment, we pretty much go over players that are Grand Rapids Griffins that are either on the Red Wings or close to earning their wings or have earned their wings pretty much. So I'm going to start off with Lombardi. Amadeus Lombardi. He's been very impressive. He's getting multiple 2-goal games. He's absolutely stepping it up. Casper got called up to Detroit, and Lombardi pretty much hopped right in that slot and took that leading role in the goal scoring. So I think he's starting to get the attention of the Detroit Red Wings fans. I don't think he'll be called up right now, but Mazur's gone,
Yeah.
Casper's gone. Just his time, and he's doing it.
Yeah, and rightfully so, because the way he's scoring, it's not like he's just getting lucky garbage goals. I mean, the kid is absolutely scoring highlight reel goal after goal right now. And he didn't score that much last year, but now he's putting them in the net, and he must have just had himself a heck of an off season because he's just upgraded fully.
Yeah, that toe drag he did around the guy, and then just wow, very impressive.
He's developing. He is developing very quickly.
Yeah, his wings are almost there. So, who else do I talk about here?
Well, I think we got to mention Albert Johansson. He's played 4 games now for the Red Wings. Got to be out there for the shredding against the Jets. And, I mean, it's been a rough performance, for sure, all around with the defense and the Red Wings. And this grinded out type of performances are just getting harder and harder to watch. And Albert Johansson, I don't feel like he's responsible. I feel like he's kind of been one of the better guys out there. I just feel like he's in a rough spot, but with the trade of Alimata, I think that opens the room for him to gain a lot more ice time, and it's just going to push him into the fire, and he's going to learn a lot faster.
Yeah, and I think he'll do a lot of good things up there. He is a smaller framed guy. That was the only knock on him, or he would have probably been a first rounder. I mean, he plays defensively sound. He has some offensive potential now. He didn't really before. He definitely last year he kind of stepped into that realm, and now he's starting to put up some offensive points. I mean, I think he give him that adjustment period, I think he could be a solid bottom 4 pairing, maybe second pairing, he played great with Simon Evanson. If that ever has to happen, I think they could pick that chemistry right back up and be aligned together, even though they're both left-handed.
Yeah, they've been in some great grinded out games together, those two. So the chemistry, I'm sure, would just pick right back up, and I think it's gonna be good for him, like you said. That there's a lot of potential there for him, and not all second round picks make it, man. I think he's got a good chance to have a career still with the Red Wings.
Yeah, definitely. So Jonathan Berggren, he's been looking a little better.
Yeah, recently he's definitely improved. Just I don't know if it is just because he's got Casper playing with him recently, but I think there has been a lot more just good Berggren moments. He's not losing the puck as much, and I think he's just like that defensive casualty that everyone is saying he's so bad defensively. I mean, is he really that bad defensively?
Yeah, I never really thought he was that bad defensively. I don't know. I mean, he made some mistakes by trying to get aggressive and make moves, but that's if you're trying to be a goal scorer, you're gonna have to take risks. Sometimes risks
Yeah,
fail.
and
It's a risk.
feel like everyone's being very overcritical on last season when he got called up for a couple games and against Vegas. He made a pass that got intercepted and they scored, and everyone's like, "Oh, Berggren sucks," and it's just like, come on, guys. Like they see a couple bad things and it's get rid of them. But
Yeah.
I think maybe he's not the best defensive player ever. He still has that turnover speed. He can still take away the puck, and that's the type of stuff I like to see out of him.
Yeah. And then Edmondson, he's getting top line minutes there with Sider. He's playing, I think it was like 24 minutes a game or something. I think he and Sider are going to be a great duo together, or two anchors to this defense. And it's already showing that it's going to be good. So he's like practically earned his wings. He's solidified.
Yeah, Edmondson looks pretty great, and like you said, a long time of minutes on the ice every night, right next to Sider, if not more. And yeah, there's gonna be some ups and downs when you get a guy that's that fresh into the league, and he's only at -1 in 10 games when could be a whole lot worse. Alex DeBrincat is at -5. Patrick Kane's at -3. And he's got 4 points in 10 games. As a defenseman, I think he's looking pretty good, man.
Yeah, and then we got Marco Casper.
Yeah, Casper, he's got that energy, man. Plays with that juice. Sitting at +2 right now.
Yeah, I just like how he is always there when the play is going rough. He can come in and save the day. He like comes in and gets the puck out and gets it to someone, or he comes in and does something cool. But yeah, I definitely think Marco Casper is a staple himself also up there in Detroit. I don't think he's coming down unless he really messes something up.
And I think the Griffins have kind of proved that we'll be all right without Casper. We didn't really plan on having him in the first place, but I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. Enjoyed him while we had him. Just like Evanson, just like Berggren, just like Johansson. Love those guys.
So we can get into the injury report.
Yeah, so Carter Mazer goes down with an upper body injury. We haven't seen him for a while now. I hope it's not too serious. There's no information out there about it, but hopefully he can heal up.
Yeah, I believe Tim Gettinger's still like on injured reserve, and we also haven't heard anything about Huso since his injury. That one's still kind of waiting to hit ground about news on that one.
And William Wallander also.
Oh yeah, that one happened too.
Yeah, he's absent from the lineup. It's given Vero a chance to step up and play a role, though. Tell you what.
You know, you got a point on that, and I've actually enjoyed seeing Bureau's speed out there. Creative asset to his game.
Yeah, I'm starting to. I mean, he's starting to get better, and he's starting to gain more. Never hurts to have another solid defense. He starts putting up some points and stuff. You know, he could be a top demon. He's that age still.
Yeah, I say we can go ahead and actually dive into our game review versus the Hartford Wolf Pack. This is the final game of this East Coast road trip that the Griffins went on. And as we already stated, we gathered 7 points out of the 8 possible points. Before we get into the game, I'm going to get you with some game time and Draftkings. The quest for the Stanley Cup starts now. The puck's dropping on the 24-25 season. Get in on all the action at Draftkings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple, like picking a team to win. Go to the Draftkings Sportsbook app, select your team, and place your first bet. Remember, all lines and odds are subject to change. And if you are new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Are you ready to watch your team take the ice this season? Have you missed the goals, hits, and fights of hockey happening right in front of you? Don't miss the moments that electrify your hometown arena or silence the competitors on the road. Because with Game Time, you can be part of the action as it happens. Game Time offers tickets to not only sporting events, but many of your favorite events as well. With the Game Time Picks feature, you can filter out what you are interested in and display the events that matter most to you at the best available price. And of course, Game Time has you covered for the upcoming Winter Classic. They can find you the cheapest possible seats or find you the best available seats at Wrigley Field for the 4 p.m. matchup of the Blues and the Blackhawks. Game Time's lowest price guarantee and their Game Time ticket coverage make them a reliable choice, backed with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time Picks. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code THPN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code THPN for $20 off. Download GameTime today. What time is it? Game time.
So on Wednesday, October 30th at 7:05 p.m., the Grand Rapids Griffins finished their road trip off against the Hartford Wolf Pack.
Yeah, so starting in the net, we went with the big fella, Sebastian Cosa. And Hartford went with Dylan Garand. It's a regular injured list of players that we just covered. And we get Trenton Bliss debuting along with Carson Bantle.
So the first period starts out in 3 minutes and 43 seconds in. Dominic Shine gets his first goal of the night, assisted by Ante Tuamisto.
Yeah, and that one, great play by Dominic Shine. Comes up with the puck and right at the blue line, big turnover, gets the puck in and does not miss. So yeah, Tuamisto makes a mistake right around the goal line, forces Cosa to make a huge save. As they literally, the puck goes right to the slot and their guy's skating in. They just slap it right at Cosa and he is forced to make an incredible save. Bad play there by Tuamisto that has been rather rare from him.
So also we didn't have the audio of Bob Kaiser and Larry Figursky on the feed, I noticed. I had the home feed. But yeah, Shine just continued to shine. Kicking butt on the penalty kill.
Yeah, as Trenton Bliss catches a hooking call there, and Josiah Didier also catches a roughing call, which is exchanged with a Jake Lecision roughing call at the end that results in a 4-on-4, which we ran into a lot in this game.
Yeah, and Vero was injured. Walks off the ice. But yeah, eventually came back. So Soderblom, like we mentioned earlier, gets like 3 rebounds, can't get it in. And then they kind of we got 4-on-4 again. And they started laying the shots on us, man. And Cosa had to bail us out a lot there.
Yeah, and they ended up with 12 shots by the end of the first. We managed to put on 8. Shine's early goal kind of helped us be able to maintain and possess the puck a little, run the offense a little better. And both goalies in this first period were forced to make a ton of quality saves.
Yeah, a lot of really, really good offense. Second period starts and the power play happens. And none other than Dominic Shine, 2:05 into the second period, scores his second of the night, assisted by Joe Snively and Shy Boom.
Yeah, 4th of the season for Shine. That one, love to see it. He deserves it. Very patient with his shot as it comes over on the one-timer. And he waits for the goalie to clear, and he picks his corner, and it just looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yep, so then Johannes got the crap beat out of him. Literally, he was pinned into the glass.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the second time he's been pinned against the boards and just been punched a billion times in the face. So hopefully he can get back and do that to someone else. I'm sure he's right. By this point, he's got to just be ready to unleash the demons on him.
Yep, so Bantle gets the penalty, and we're 4-on-4 again. And it literally when it turned 4-on-4 in this game, which happened multiple times, it just seemed like offense, all offense, like
Yeah, and
rushes back and forth.
it was 4-on-4. Carson Bantle got the penalty on us, but Shine drew a penalty from them that was a cross check. Just because he was being so pesky in the offensive zone, they had no choice, no choice but to cross check him.
But yeah, Soderblom just can't score. He keeps doing a whole bunch of good stuff. Just coming short and scoring. Very high paced game.
Yeah, and started to get pretty chippy here in the second as, I mean, both teams, there's a list of penalties for both teams. A lot of cross-checking, fighting, unsportsmanlike conduct, hooking, interference, slashing, just, this one's a rough one for sure. And yeah, 8 shots for the Griffins here, and 7 shots for Hartford in the second as they go into the third 2-0 Griffins.
Yep, so the third period comes around and the Wolf Pack strike back. Dylan, 2 minutes and 38 seconds in. Dylan broke. He's his second of the year, assisted by Matthew Robertson and Blade Jenkins.
Yeah, and that ignited Hartford as the Griffins were trying to play that kill the remaining time as they had the lead here. But as it got later in, with 4 minutes left, Adam Sikora ties it up, assisted by Matthew Robertson and Yaroslav Kemlar.
Yeah, it seemed like the Hartford Wolf Pack just really wanted it. And they came with full bore intensity. And they pretty much tied it up and then ended up having to go to overtime.
Yeah, and there was another 4-on-4 in this period. It just, the chippiness kept getting a little out of hand, actually, as the players started to get quite feisty, throwing random punches after almost every play. And yeah, I don't think the East Coast really wants us to come back for a while. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're going to try to come to the van and fight us.
So overtime we go.
So I noticed that Vero was getting the overtime start there on the defense. Looks like he's starting to get a roll. And then Lombardi comes down and almost ends the game. Scores. But he does not. He hits the post. It was like over the net, and it looked like it kind of hit the post there. And then Buellum has a huge turnover. And that goes right to their guy, and somehow their guy lost it, and then it goes the other way. And then somehow comes back our way, and they score. And the game's over.
Yeah, and unfortunately that's not the only time Boom lost his tires and lost the puck at the same time. It's happened in the offensive zone a couple times this year already, and this one was a bad time in the defensive end where it just allowed for a turnover and really left the team cycling back, and Kosa couldn't do anything about it.
So yeah, that ends that one.
Almost
Griffins
a perfect
lose.
trip on the coast.
Yeah, I mean, we got 7 of 8 possible points, so I'd say we did pretty good. I mean, we fell a little short of perfect, but that's a lot of points, and we're sitting on the top of the league because of it. Just think of the games back in the 25 year. Just think of how it was like we couldn't even get the first year we covered. The year after the 25 year, it was like we couldn't get like a 2-game win streak. Literally, we went like 4 months into the season before we got a win streak. Crazy.
Now we're literally on, we just ended our first 5-game, 6-game win streak. And good stuff here to start the season.
Yeah, definitely.
I will say, as far as the game, we obviously didn't get Kaiser, like you said, our favorite Bob Kaiser and Larry Figurski, but we got the Hartford announcers. And honestly, I thought they did a really good job. They covered both teams very well. I feel like if you watch any of the other announcers from any of the division teams that we have, it's a different story. They don't like us. But getting to play out of town, it's the 5th time we ever played Hartford. I think they were excited to play us, and they did their research, they studied up, and they called a good game. So respect to the Hartford Wolf Pack's announcers there.
Okay, so that should move us on to the penalty box. So in this segment, we end the episode on a fun note and step out of hockey and pick the biggest idiot of the week and throw him into the penalty box for a 2-minute minor, 4-minute double minor, 5-minute major, or game misconduct. Kyle, who are you throwing in the box?
I am going to throw Connor McDavid into the box for some pretty childish actions here. There's an interview with Matthew Tkachuk, a post-game interview, and he is outside of the Edmonton Oilers locker room. And you can hardly understand what Matthew Tkachuk is saying because Connor McDavid is screaming at his team in the background. It just looks bad. It sounds bad. It just makes you look so unprofessional. I understand, dude, it's 10 games into the season. I mean, are you really that upset? Like, I get it. You guys suck, but, like, I don't think that's going to fix your problems over there. If anyone should be freaking out, I mean, I couldn't ever see Dylan Larkin acting like that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, not impressive.
5-minute
You're supposed to be
for Connor McDavid.
Yeah, for sure. Put on the box. Yeah, so for who I got Matt Rempe. He's that dude that came in the NHL for the Rangers last year and kept getting in all these fights, and his face was like beaten in at one point. So he started in the AHL this year. Finally got the call up, and Dylan McIlrath, former Grand Rapids Griffin, beats the crap out of him, pounds his face in. I put on the box. 2-minute minor.
Yeah, it was a good fight. Honestly, it was a nice heavyweight bout, and for two guys that have spent a lot of time in the AHL, it's good to see two guys like that duke it off at center ice or a heavyweight bout in the NHL. It's just fun. Fans love it. But way to go, Dylan McIlrath. I love it. He's really deserved a spot on the Washington Capitals this year.
Yep. So have fun in the box. Matt Rempe. And yeah, that should wrap us up for this episode, man. Be back with the game reviews of this weekend. We got some upcoming games. We got on Friday, November 1st, a $2 beer, $2 dog night / military appreciation. They're giving out a camo hoodie / t-shirt. And yeah. Then we got on Sunday, the Cleveland Monsters in Cleveland. So at 6:30. It's an early one. So yeah, that should wrap up the episode.
Yeah, don't forget, No Fee November. All November long. No additional fees onto your tickets.
Yeah, get yourself down to the freezer on Fulton and enjoy some games. No better way to spend a Friday night with some $2 beer, $2 dogs. Grand Rapids Griffins, the Beer City.
Thank you for listening to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, give us a 5-star review. We are part of the Hockey Podcast Network. We are not partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins, Detroit Red Wings, or Toledo Walleye. We are not experts. We are just die-hard fans looking to make a community with others alike. Let's go Griffins Nation. Join the fun, like, and follow us on Facebook and X. Or call into the show and have your opinion heard 1-616-319-1175. Thank you. Grand Rapids Griffins, Toledo Walleye, and Detroit Red Wings. Players, coaches, websites, and social media. Thank you AHL.com, NHL.com, ETL.com, EliteProspects.com, and anyone else putting out information on the teams. Until next time, go Griffins. Go Red Wings, go Walleye.